And take a nice deep breath in and out. So think about an inhale through the nose and maybe a sighing breath out of the mouth. So this point of arriving onto your mat or your floor or the earth, into your space. And as you breathe in and out, next couple of breaths, just imagine that you're breathing in this new day, this new week, and you are breathing out anything from the weekend, the past week, or even anything that instantly you've kind of got up on Monday morning and been like, oh gosh, that's in my mind. So the focus shifts away from anything other than this kind of joyful energy of really breathing in, being alive, being here Monday morning, starting the week. And then gently blinking the eyes open. As we inhale, we're going to sweep the hands up, and it can almost be kind of like we're catching hold of what we want for our week. As we exhale, we bring it down to the heart space. Take a breath in here, lengthen through the spine. And as you breathe out, you're just kind of pushing away anything that doesn't serve you, reaching the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, take a breath in, draw that clasp down, opening up through the chest. And as you breathe out, sweep the hands forward, push the spine away, join the palms together in front of you. Inhale, we're going to sweep all the way back up, gathering what we need. Exhale, draw it down to the heart space. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, push it away, sweep the arms wide, find that interlace. Inhale, starting to open up into the heart space. And as you exhale, sweeping round, chin to chest, we open up into the back. I'm going to take one more. So breathing in, sweeping up to sky. Breathe out, down to heart. Breathe in, give yourself a moment. Breathe out, push away anything we don't want. Clasp the hands, inhale, open up through the heart. And as we exhale, just gently opening through the back. And as we inhale, we'll just draw the prayer back to our heart space. Lovely. And let's make our way then onto our hands and knees. So nice and slowly. Use any support that you wish. Spread the fingers, tops of the feet nicely down onto the earth. See if you can sort of squeeze and activate through the pelvic floor and the abdomen. Shoulders draw back, crown of the head draws forwards. As we breathe in, we're going to sweep the right fingertips forwards and extend the left foot back. So you could flex the foot or point the toes, it's up to you. Breathe out, bring the hand and the knee down to the ground. Inhale, left fingertips forward, right foot back. Exhale, down to the ground. Inhale, right hand, left foot. Exhale, earth. Inhale, left hand, right foot. Exhale to the earth. And just continue in your own pace of breath in the way that feels right for you. A couple more rounds. So it might not be that we're kind of reaching and stretching back to full capacity just yet. Just having a gentle warm up through the body. If, of course, you feel a little bit tired, lack of energy this morning, that's fine. You can pause. Next time, the hands and the knees are down onto the ground, and we'll leave them there. And start to sit the seat back towards the heels. So you can either have tops of the feet to the earth, or if you really want to get into the soles of the feet, tuck the toes onto the mat and have your tiptoes, or really it's balls of feet, I guess, there. And sit up nice and tall. So gazing forwards. Seat is to heels. Then as we breathe in, seat lifts up, side body reaches, palms join. As we breathe out, we start to fold the body forwards, palms come down. As you breathe in, belly drops, shoulders draw back, and we find our cow position. As you breathe out, spine arches to the sky, chin to chest, and we find cat. Inhale, we sit back a little bit and then lift all the way up, palms join. And as you exhale, sitting the seat down onto the heels, kind of like a seated Tadasana. So we're going to take 2 more like that. Inhale, swooping up. Exhale, cascading down towards the ground. Inhale, come through into your cow position, however serves you. Exhale, arch it into cat. Inhale, sweeping upwards. Palms joining upward salute for a moment. And as we exhale, we just settle down. Now take 1 more, just with your own breath. If you're kind of like, it's too early for me to remember that, then my best advice is just kind of like flail around, lifting and doing something that feels nice for your body. It doesn't matter if you follow, the sequence exactly. That's not the point. The point is just the movement, getting the energy flowing. Beautiful. And we arrive back in this kind of seated Tadasana position. Gaze is forward, maybe eyes are closed for a moment. Chest and heart space are nice and open. Take a deep breath in and out. And let's find our way back into our tabletop position. We're tucking the toes, pushing the seat back to the heels. Take your time, breath in. As you breathe out, start to shift the seat to the sky and find your first downward facing dog. So see what that feels like to you. Does it feel like you want to be still? Does it feel like you want a little bit of movement and a stretch? Let's press down through that left foot. As we breathe in, start to take the right toes towards the sky. So we're in our 3-legged dog. Keep that left elbow strong. As you breathe out, gaze comes forwards. We shift the body weight forwards and we step the right foot forwards as well. Nice. Keep that back leg lifted if we can. Bend in the right knee. As we breathe in, slowly and steadily, we start to lift up into our high lunge. Palms could join above the head. They could be at heart space. Hands could be on hips. So really, make this high lunge whatever you think of it this morning. Soften the face and the shoulders. Gaze forwards. Let's take a couple of breaths. Nice deep inhale wherever you are, and as you exhale, start to twist over that right side. So sweeping the arms wide if that feels okay. If you prefer, you can pop that back heel down to the earth if it's more steady, up to you. Right knee is still bent. Take a breath in. Let's start to sweep back to center. And as we breathe out, we're going to bring fingertips down towards the earth. So it could be fingertips on earth, it could be fingertips on prop. I'm going to go for a little bit of a standing split, but this is just an exploration. So we can keep that front knee bent, and we just start to lift that back leg up. You'll probably find you want to walk the hands forwards. Maybe we're pointing the toes up towards the sky. Maybe here, we're even just having like a little bit of rotation through the ankle, twinkling out through the toes. Gaze starts to shift towards that right knee. If you're feeling quite well balanced this morning, you could walk the hands back towards that right foot. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out. Lovely. Let's start to drop that left foot back. palms to the ground, stepping into our downward facing dog. Again, do what needs to be done there, stretch out, find stillness. Right foot anchors to the earth, left toes lift towards the sky as we breathe in. Breathe out, slow and steady transition to step forwards. So we're kind of starting to engage all of the muscles here. As we next breathe in, we start to rise up confidently. So find whatever position works for you in lunge. Hips are forwards if that feels okay, with knees and toes. And we're just going to gaze forwards, or maybe even close the eyes. Breathing in and breathing out. Take a breath in when it's there. Prepare for the twist as you breathe out. We're going over that left side, sweeping wide. Nice. Inhale as we start to turn back to center. Exhale as we start to bring fingertips to earth or props. So again, just think about this as exploring a little bit of movement. Hands or fingertips walk forward. It's almost like a little bit of leap of faith as we start to bring the right toes up towards the sky. Have a wiggle of the foot if you need to. Maybe walking the hands back in towards you. So it's one of those things where we're going to be conscious here and notice that, as I walk the hands in towards me, weight shifts, my balance shifts. So am I up for it this morning? If the answer is yes, amazing. If it's no, totally cool. Gazing towards that left knee. Taking a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale when it's there. As you exhale, step that back foot down, palms to the earth. Let's come into our downward facing dog for the last time. So we're going to take a couple of breaths here. If you would prefer to be in tabletop, then that's fine. And in a moment, I'll guide you through my version of a vinyasa. Rather than ending in downward dog, it's going to end in child's pose. But if you have your own safe vinyasa, absolutely go for that. So we're going to inhale into high plank. As we exhale, we drop the knees down, bend the elbows, start to take the chest and chin down, tops of the feet to the earth. Push through the hands. Inhale to roll the shoulders back, to open the heart to Bhujangasana. Tuck the toes. Exhale, seat to heels. Knees come wider. We relax the tops of the feet. And we lower ourselves into Balasana. Nice deep breath in. Let it all out. So short and sweet, but really worthwhile. Small sequence, but it's got the heart pumping, got the energy moving. Now just to come down to a moment of rest and rebalance. And notice where your awareness shifts to. I've been regularly practicing just noticing lately, which is really interesting. Where does the mind kind of shift to? And of course, there's no right or wrong answer. This is completely unique to everyone. But it can be a good way to distinguish okay, does my mind shift into kind of negativity, especially on a Monday morning? Or is my mind shifting into excitement? Or is there just a nice balance? Let's start to slowly make our way up if we're not already there. We're going to come into a seated position with the legs extended to move into our twist. So take your time. Settling nicely on the sit bones, length through the spine. So really the twist starts in staff pose or Dandasana. Right foot comes down onto the earth, and this is completely your choice. You could keep it there, or you could step it over the left leg if you can comfortably put the whole of the right foot to the earth. Like for me, my body kind of gets in the way there, but that's just me. Left hand comes onto that right knee, shin, thigh, whatever you feel comfortable with. Sweep the right fingertips up, really find space in the body. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, start to turn that right hand behind you. Push into the earth as you inhale, reflex that left foot. And as you exhale, gently guiding the right shoulder round. And if that side isn't comfy for whatever reason, just take it over to the other side. So left hand would be behind and we'd be turning into left shoulder. So we're going to end up doing both sides anyway. Keep the spine tall, crown of the head shifts up to the sky. Breathe in. As you breathe out, start to turn back to center. Briefly, just take it over to that other side. It's nothing fancy. And then come back to center. Extend that right leg away. Let's bring the left foot into the earth or step over. Again, your choice. And remember, each side of the body doesn't react the same. Right hand supports that left leg. Sweep the left hand up, find space in the side body. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, rotating into the twist. Push down into the earth with that left hand as you breathe in, flexing right foot. And as you breathe out, just gently turning towards that left side. Settle into the breath. Inhale when it's there. Exhale, turn through center. Just briefly over to the other side. And extend the leg away. So again, it starts in Dandasana. Up to you, if you've got a strap, you can absolutely use a strap. If you prefer just to use the hands, you can. So even if we have got a strap, we don't want to be too aggressive with it. If you've got a strap, bring it up, put it round the arches of the feet. Nice and tall. Take a breath in. And as we breathe out, we're not pushing and rounding with the spine. It's like we're really leading with the heart. So gaze goes beyond the toes. You could start to walk your hands down the strap or even just walk your hands towards your feet, but that isn't the goal. There isn't one. Take a breath in. Feel that you lift a little bit from the waist. And then as you breathe out, again, lead with the heart. So this is lengthening through the backs of the legs and also lengthening through the spine. There's nothing wrong with rounding the spine. It's just that's a different position. We're going to settle into a couple of deep breaths here. So you could use the inhale to find that bit of expansion. The exhale, just slowly soften. Next, deep breath in, start to lift upwards. And a nice deep breath out at the top, soften the face, soften the shoulders. Keep the legs extended if you wish, cross them, whatever feels comfortable for you to sit. Still keeping a tall spine, we're going to drop the chin down towards the chest. So imagine there's this heaviness with the head. Might feel quite nice to have a stretch out through the ligaments in the neck. Next time you breathe in, slowly start to drift the chin up towards the sky. Let the lips part, so that will offer some space. Feel that stretch perhaps down through the throat space. So that area that we call the Shuddhi in the chakra system. So our center of voice, communication. Breathe in And as you breathe out, just let the right ear drop over towards the right shoulder. So neck, throat, and jaw are really sensitive and emotive spaces. So you might not think it and you might not actually notice it, but anger, sadness really holds itself in the jaw. Think about clenching of teeth, makes sense. Inhale, the head drifts back to center. And exhale, it drifts over to the left. And that's a movement that you could kind of do at the middle of your day today if you're feeling like you've got hunched shoulders, a bit of a tight neck. Let's bring the head back to center and then set ourselves up for Shavasana, whatever that means for you, whether that means to just stay here, take a comfortable seat, whether that means to bring yourself down onto the mat for a couple of minutes, side of body, back of body. When you get there, just take a momentary stretch out if you need it. And when you feel that you are settled into the position that is good for you, nice deep breath in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. And we don't welcome anything that is unwelcome into Shavasana. So it can often be like the hardest part. Last couple of minutes where we're like, oh, practice is ending. Oh gosh, now what have I got to do? If that comes in, it's fine. That's natural, right? That's the human mind, isn't it? Perhaps take awareness to a part of the body. Could be the hands on the belly as you breathe. Maybe just use the word resting or present in the mind as a little reminder. No, now's not the time for that. I'm here having a rest. I'm here being present. Let's take a couple of minutes to enjoy a well-deserved Shavasana. Body starts to settle. Breath starts to settle. And hopefully mind starts to settle. Take a nice deep breath. Welcome your day. Release what doesn't serve you. And you are more than welcome just to stay as you are, if that serves you. If you're going to move, just start that in a nice slow way. So maybe having a wiggle of the face, just checking for any tension in the jaw. Release the fingertips and the toes. You might have a full body stretch. So just kind of imagining that you are reawakening on this Monday morning, ready to take on the world. Or maybe even ready to go back to bed, whatever your day involves. You might have a little roll around, and slowly lull yourself over to the right hand side. Take a breath on the side of the body, just gently curled up. And then push into the earth as you start to bring yourself back onto your mat in a seated position of your choice. Maybe closing the eyes or softening the gaze. So savoring this internal experience for the last few moments. Joining the palms together at the heart space, if that feels okay for you. Breathe in, feel the seat anchor to the earth and the spine rise. And as you breathe out, gently drop the chin to the chest, taking a little bow to the heart space. So thanking yourself, body, breath, mind. Thanking each other for joining together this morning, our community. And of course, thank you for trusting me to guide you. I hope you have a really good week filled with whatever you need. The light and dark in me honors the light and dark within you. Namaste.